I was hired at Schemmer in 2016, and the company has grown a lot since then, it's changed a lot, and it's been wonderful to be a part of that. So I've been in the profession for probably 24, 25 years now. I've worked at several firms of varying size and capacity, and Schemmer has been a great experience for me to evolve my career. When I started here at Schemmer, I was a project architect, so I was deeply involved in projects from the very beginning, throughout design, construction documentation, and then construction administration. So really day in and day out was project related. As my career has developed, we went through project management and now managing the architecture office here in Lincoln. My passions outside of work, I'll have to start by saying that my wife and I are both architects, so we're very design oriented, and that allows for a lot of understanding between the two of us. So it was probably 10 years ago now, we purchased a 1950s mid-century modern home, and we've used that as sort of our studio project. So we've been remodeling and sort of exploring different design ideas on our own home for the past 10 years, which drives our 6 children crazy. Our other passion is just getting out and exploring the world through movement, hikes. We go on monthly hikes as a family, just getting our bodies moving. Passions inside of work, I will say something I take great pride in and great enjoyment in is the bold moves that are made early on in a design project and sort of setting that initial direction and sort of encapsulating all the needs and wants and goals of the client and sort of finding out what direction that project needs to go. So oftentimes those first initial design moves are really the most impactful. So being a part of that and being allowed to explore those opportunities is something I really enjoy. Something I like to explore it doesn't happen on all projects, but certainly when the opportunity comes, is to weave in a narrative into the project from a design standpoint, whether that's finding out some historical context about the place or the people or the client, and finding ways to weave that into the narrative of the project, and finding ways to allow people that are in the building or in the space to sort of gain that knowledge, to sort of be immersed in the project on a completely different level. So finding those opportunities on a design project is something I really try hard to incorporate when I can. Piece of advice that I like to give, and I used to always give this to high school students, was any opportunity you have to get up in front of a group of people and talk or present or give a speech, take it, make the most of it, because architecture really is about selling ideas and winning the client over. So take those opportunities. Most architects are introverts by nature, so it's not something we do very easily or willingly. So any opportunity you get to stand up in front of the room and present, whether it's just your team or a larger group, the entire company, make the most of it. It'll be uncomfortable, but it's a great opportunity to expand those skill sets. Second piece of advice, think critically about what you do. You can never review something too many times. Our design work is never done. So if that's just plotting out a hard copy set of drawings and just thoroughly vetting it and reviewing it and looking at it with a very critical eye, do that. There is no typical day, which is why I love this profession. And I like to say that I start every day by greeting all my staff and saying good morning, but I really like to touch base with everyone, see what they're working on, let them tell me anything they're struggling with, any questions they have. If there's anything I can provide to them, I'm certainly there for them. On the other end of it, I'm certainly engaged with contractors and construction out in the field and issues. Not that we ever have issues arise, but if and when they do, I'm certainly there to track down a solution if I don't have one ready for them. And then searching or pursuing potential projects. I would say that my favorite part of the job is when the team and I can celebrate wins. It's really about when things come together and just really work, whether it's the smallest little detail or a grand scheme or a grand schedule, making sure all the parts and pieces fit. When things come together and things work out because of the effort that you put into, we like to celebrate that. And that's really what keeps all of us coming to work, I think, is just any opportunity we have for our creativity and our passions sort of to meld with one another and just create something that really is reliant on all those different pieces coming together. So whether it's a small reception desk detail or an entire building or an entire campus master plan, finding opportunities to celebrate those wins. Hands down, end of the day, why I love being an architect.